I'm Nick Cheney. I'm going to talk to you about the Gunnison Tunnel, which was constructed in southwest Colorado from the Gunnison River to the town of Montrose from 1905 to 1909. In the late 1800s, there were a lot of people moving to the Uncompahgre River Valley because of westward expansion and everything. So the population was booming, and they were using up all their water supply. Their former irrigation strategy was to take water from the Uncompahgre River, but that just wasn't doing it anymore since the population was growing so much. So they decided to tap the Gunnison River and construct a tunnel under the Vernal Mesa to properly irrigate the Uncompahgre River Valley. So in 1901, one of the first survey crews went out there led by Abraham Lincoln Fellows. It was a very treacherous journey for him and his crew. They just went out there in little rafts with all their survey equipment down the river, just stopping as they went along. There were waterfalls, rapids, and everything, but they got through 9 days later, 15 pounds lighter. Once government funding came in, the crews found better spots, one better spot actually, for the river, for the tunnel to be at. And they used trigonometry to plot a line through the canyon wall toward the valley where the tunnel would be. Once they did that, they had to measure the horizontal distance of what they thought the tunnel would be. So they used a strategy called slope boarding, which is primitive by today's standards. But they had a measured board that they'd put in measured horizontally from the bottom of the canyon. And they go up vertically, measure horizontally again from that same spot, then up, measure, up, measure, up, measure. So until they had like a horizontal distance to the top of the canyon. And when they got to the top of the canyon, they walked all the way across the mesa, still measuring. And their final measurement was 5.8 miles for the measurement of what would be the Gunnison Tunnel. They figured that the volume of water needed to irrigate the valley was about 1,200 cubic feet per second. If it was too narrow, it wouldn't do its job, and the valley would still be dry. If it was too wide, they could flood the valley and ruin all the farmland. So they created a 10 by 14 foot tunnel with a horizontal base and a 14-foot high arch that would let 1,300 square feet per second of water go through just for insurance if anything happened. But natural variables come in, and to control that, they constructed gates, giant metal plates resting on I-beams that were hoisted up using an advanced hoisting mechanism. The gates were about 3/8 of an inch wide, and they would just be hoisted up according to the weather to control the water volume flow. So that's a couple big achievements of it. In conclusion, my references, but in conclusion, the population after this was completed skyrocketed. The cultivated land rose by about 40,000 acres in just 11 years after the Gunnison Tunnel was finished. And it saved the valley, and the people were living good again. So thanks for listening to my talk.